Welcome to Konoha Crush, a clandestine effort to exhaustively research and document events occurring in and around the village hidden in the leaves. I'm Ruby.
I'm Gwen. Hi.
Hi. Hey, how's it going? We're here doing the podcast yet again. It's a big week. We've got a lot on our plates, but we're still here, talking at the microphone. Gonna we'll be up to some shit later, but right now, we're making the podcast.
Yeah. Oof. We've been doing a lot of work here in the Hidden Leaf.
Yeah, it's been kind of busy. It's but I think it's gonna pay off pretty well for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean things are going so smoothly so far.
Yeah, not to get ahead of ourselves, but it's looking pretty good right now. And once we get in the fray, it's basically over.
Not without its hiccups, obviously, but it's looking fine.
It's looking fine. But before we get into any of that, how's it been this last week? Have you been up to anything?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. So I finally caught up on a show today.
Oh shit, what show did you catch up on?
The Owl House.
Okay. Yeah, alright, we'll allow this. I don't think we have a particularly strict anime-only rule.
No,
or a particularly strict delineation between anime and cartoons. It's fine, whatever. What do you guys say about the Owl House?
It's good. It ended a few weeks ago. I'm just now catching up to the end of the second season, and it's a pretty good show. It's pretty cool. A lot of the animation looked pretty good. The villain is a cool villain, and the new villain is also a cool villain.
I'll do that. I don't know fuck all about the Owl House, so I can't really engage with you on this conversation in any real way. But I don't know what is.
Right. So basically, just to give everyone a quick description of what the Owl House is, if you don't know, it's about a girl named Luce who found a door into a world full of demons and witches and stuff. And she got kind of stranded there. It's fine. And she met a lady named Ida who's a were owl. And who's been looking after her. It's cute. It's fun. She has a girlfriend now. It's great.
That's great. The impression I get is that there's a point, I don't know if it's just when the second season starts or partway through the second season, where it's just oh shit, we're not going to get to make more of this, or at least we're not going to get to make as much more of this as we wanted to. Mm-hmm. So we just gonna start making stuff happen all of the time, as opposed to the early, more episodic stuff that it sort of trades in earlier on. This is just my vague understanding of.
Yeah, I mean it definitely picks up towards the second half of the second season, right? Lots of shit goes down. The big bad plan starts happening. It gets thwarted at the last minute in the finale, and then Luce, her girlfriend, and then a couple other friends get stranded in the human realm, separated from everyone else who now is stuck in the demon realm with a newly released god-like entity who is kind of childish and kind of playing around to everyone's detriment. So that's the situation. Spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah. Spoilers for the Owl House, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're worried about spoilers for the Owl House, skip the last 30 seconds of this podcast.
Yeah, don't worry. It's been a lot of time since that show happened. Especially when this episode is going to be released. If you're mad about it, sorry. You should have watched it sooner.
Oh my god. And this is not my official stance of trying to avoid spoilers, but also I'm not particularly good about it on this podcast. So sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean yeah, and I don't know, it's pretty good. I hope there's at least one more season. It looks like there's going to be at least one more season. Unless it gets canceled or whatever, right? But I think it's a popular enough show that unless something really bad happens, which you can't put that about Disney, but
yeah,
it's probably gonna be fine.
Well,
I haven't looked at if it's been renewed or anything, so it could be already canceled. Who knows?
We just don't know. That is our official stance here at Konoha Crush. We just don't fucking know. I have read more Berserk. Would you believe it?
Wow, I would.
Yeah. What? Oh, you would believe it. Okay, that's good. I mean, it's kind of been like a fairly consistent thing for me lately. But like, I'm still really liking Berserk.
Yeah.
Last week I came to the podcast and I'd read like the Lost Children section of Berserk, which is like
The one with the lost children.
yeah, it was like intense and like unpleasant in ways that I found like impressive tonally and like well made. But like I was a little relieved going into the rest of the Conviction arc, which I was a little relieved going into the rest of the Conviction arc, which wound up being like more normal. Like there are parts of it where it just kind of feels like a more regular comic that I would read, where we've got like all of the characters kind of getting pulled up in this big situation where a lot of stuff is happening, except it's just like constructed super tightly, and then like every once in a while you turn the page and there's just like this tremendous intimidating outpouring of effort onto it, and it's just like the most crazy impressive shit you've ever seen, and it's just like super cool. It was like a really nice break in tone, like especially once it gets to the birth ceremony chapter of the Conviction arc. Where it's just like, oh hey, we've got like characters in this comic again, we've got like a bunch of like fucking randos who are like pulled up in Guts' wake, and it's not just about like seeing things go miserable for them. Like, it's not the happiest time in the world, but there's like a lot of really like genuine warmth in that section that I found like a really refreshing change of pace, and I was really happy to see the comic like trading those places again. And it's just also extremely fucking cool the entire time. It's just the sickest shit ever. There's like so many pages where it's like, oh shit, some bad stuff is happening, and then like Guts just shows up on screen like this fucking ridiculous whirlwind of like destruction and violence, and it's like, hell yeah, Guts is here, right? There's this real sense throughout the arc of like people just getting pulled up in his wake in a way that isn't even necessarily just like miserable for them, and like the way that Guts winds up being like placed in their minds is like this sort of like centralized like figure that they're like trying to cling to, because there's something about him that makes sense in the midst of like everything going fucking crazy, is like really cool. And also like every time Guts just shows up and like swings his big sword around and there's like 3 pages of like guys just getting fucked up, it's like, hell yes, this is just awesome. I don't know what to say. He's got a big fucking sword.
His sword is so big now.
It's really good. It's a good comic. I'm having a great time.
That's great. I'm glad you're really enjoying it.
What do you think? Was there more I wanted to say about that? I've really been enjoying the ways that the cast has been kind of like expanded, both in terms of like, here's the guys who seem like they're going to stick around, and like in terms of here's the guys who are just like in it for this arc. Like I like Isidro, like this little shithead kid who's following Guts around. I think he's really fun. I like Farnese and Serpico.
Yes,
I think they're great. I wound up being like really compelled by Mosgus, who's like one of the villains of this arc, who's just this like shithead, super blocky priest guy. I feel like there are a lot of like, here's kind of like a religious torture zealot villain kind of guys in the world. But I think the thing that makes Mosgus work really well is that there is a real sense to which like I think with characters like that, there's often a tendency to like sort of point out like the ways in which their beliefs are just self-serving or hypocritical or whatever. But like with Mosgus, I think there's a real sense of like, obviously it's kind of like, this guy doesn't believe good shit because he's like a religious torture freak, but like you get a clear sense that he does believe something in a way that like gives some sort of clarity to like himself and the people around him in a way that like makes him a little more intimidating and like makes it easier to buy into him. I found that really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, like you say that like religious torture freak is like a common like theme for the bad guys in this comic, but like literally the like human sacrifice demon guys are called apostles. So like,
right. I mean, I don't even mean in this comic specifically. I mean like more broadly, right? And like fantasy fiction, where you've got like the evil religious guys who are like,
right. Okay.
But like but I think like in Berserk's case, there's just like I mean, like, it is grounded in the way that anything in Berserk can be grounded, right? Because he does have, like, a fucking, like, horrible torture dungeon that, like, it just will, like, have these, like, ridiculous lurid panels of, like, everybody getting fucked up in his torture dungeon every time it goes down there. But it's still, like, I don't know, like, he's... You do still kind of get the sense of him as, like, a guy, and, like, a guy that people would believe in, and not just, like, here is a villain for everybody who's, like, yeah, the evil religious guys are bad, to, like, look at and go, like, yeah, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
But also, like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but also...
And, like, it's awesome when Guts kills him.
Yeah, with his big sword.
Yeah. I guess spoilers for Berserk. Guts kills the guy with his big sword, and it's awesome.
Yeah. It fucking rules every time. Every time he does it.
I mean, I think sometimes it's a little, like, complicated and sad, but that time it just kicks ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my Berserk update, If if I was like taking notes about Berserk and like trying to like have like a big Berserk segment on this podcast, I'd probably have more to say because I think there's a lot to say about that comic. But I'm just kind of reading it mostly and like saying what comes to mind because this is actually a Naruto podcast. So like maybe we get onto that if you don't have anything else you want to talk about.
Yeah, all right, let's do that. Episode 66, Bushibra's Jutsu, Sasuke style. The match is about to begin, and Kakashi counts 8 Anbu hanging out in the crowd. It's not nearly enough. The fight starts, and right away Gaara starts talking to his dead mom. He promises to feed her Sasuke's blood. Still backstage, Shikamaru talks to Naruto about Gaara, wondering why he didn't kill them. They decide it's because right now Sasuke's the only one who can satisfy his bloodlust. Sasuke starts the fight with some shuriken, but Gaara catches it with a sand clone. Sasuke moves in and punches away sand. He's fast, and his form is giving Gaara flashbacks to the Lee fight. Sasuke punches Gaara in the cheek and sends him flying. Guy and Lee recognize his form immediately, and Anbu Kabuto knocks out Kiba after Akamaru recognizes him.
So right at the top of this episode, there's like this scene that registers as like just deeply, deeply sad to me, where Kakashi is like going up into the stands to like hang out after he like, you know, after he brings Sasuke down to the like floor of the arena.
Mm-hmm.
And like he walks up to Sakura and like, and Ino's like, Sakura's gonna be so fucking pissed at him. And like Sakura isn't, she's just fucking sad, and like Ino is just like looking on with like worry for her friend who is like not acting like herself.
Yeah.
And it's like it is just I don't know, like probably the thing I'm supposed to get from this is like, okay, yeah, like Sakura's like really worried about all of this, you know, she's still worried about the curse mark, she's worried about Sasuke, she hasn't seen him in a while, but like there's this real sense of like, oh, Sakura is just kind of like losing herself on like a narrative level, like a metatextual level of like Sakura's like things that make her who she is are just like kind of slipping away, and like Ino is like left looking out at this like sad about her friend in a way that is just kind of crushing to me.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't even have inner Sakura stuff going on anymore. She's just fucking sad. I don't know if we ever see inner Sakura again. Like maybe we do.
That's so scary.
But like the fact that we're getting none of it here and it's just like sad Sakura is like, oh man. Like, I want to believe there's a version where she, like, pulls out of this and, like, has her own, like, arc of growth and stuff, but I know that doesn't happen.
Yeah. I'm always so sad about Sakura.
Yeah. I'm sad about Ino. Like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally the girl she has a crush on is, like, changing fundamentally as a person in real time due to trauma.
Yeah. This isn't, like, a thing that we're really gonna get, like... There's not really an arc of, like, Sakura overcoming this, I don't think.
Yeah.
It's just a bummer. But anyway, from there, you know, Kakashi's talking to Guy, and he like looks around the stadium. He like identifies all 8 of the Yanbu guys here, like in seconds, which is I feel like I've done some shitting on the Yanbu in the past, and it's going to continue. This is not like good showing. I feel like, I mean, Kakashi is good, right? Kakashi is like ex-Yanbu himself. He's like a super talented guy. He's like an expert genius ninja. But
literally, they teach you how to look like different people in fucking grade school.
Right? Like, if somebody shows up and in seconds is like, okay, there's all of our, like, super secret special ops guys in the arena. That's all of them that are here, and I know there's not any others. You fucked up at some point.
Yeah. It's
kind of embarrassing, guys. Come on. From there, like, down on the arena floor, Gaara is just sort of like going into complete maximum sicko mode. He's just pulling all those switches up. He's just like maxing everything out. He's like starting to talk to like his dead mom. This is like a thing I sort of forgot Gaara does. Like part of it is just because like, I mean, he becomes normal not long after this, right?
Yeah.
Like he becomes a friendly guy again. But like here he's just like I guess he's trying to get it all in like under the wire. He's like, yeah, that's right, Mom. I bet you hated that shitty blood I just got. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you that good fucking blood of this kid right here. It's gonna be great. He's being like a freak. He's going as hard as he can right now. He needs to get it out. He needs to.
Right, and I love how Tamari and fucking Kankuro are up in the fucking stands going like, oh shit, he's talking to Mom.
Oh, God damn it. Like there is a point where like it switches to like Kankuro and Tamari getting scared of these episodes, but there's so much of them just be like, oh God damn it, why is he doing this? Why is he like this all of the time?
I fucking love it when these two are like wrangling their little brother. It's so good.
It's so good. It's like it's really great. it gives them a really great thing to be doing that I think is yeah, I mean, like we said, a lot of fun that obviously just kind of, I mean, they sort of lose that as Gaara becomes normal later, but like right now it's well, like the part where it's like, oh, this is a matter of like national significance that we keep our little brother in order, and also like, god damn it, I'm kind of annoyed about our little brother at the same time. It's just sort of beautiful.
It's so good.
And there's the scene where like Naruto and Shikamaru are talking. Like I don't have a ton to say about like the content of the scene beyond like what you said in the summary, right? Like they're talking about why Gaara didn't kill them, but I think there's like a nice like there's like a little moment here of like, I don't know, I think there's like a fun thing with the Naruto and Shikamaru friendship where there's just like a real disconnect between them, right? Like Shikamaru's like, yeah, I guess I'm kind of this guy's friend now, but like he never really quite knows what to do. Like there's a bit where Naruto's just kind of like sitting there and remembering shit Gaara said in the hospital and getting all fucked up about it, and like Shikamaru's just like, okay, I'm just kind of looking at him, doesn't know what to say. He's just sort of like, this is out of his hands. He's not here for this.
Yeah. Okay, and also I want to say there is a moment where Naruto is just like, what, are we not good enough for him? It's so good.
She was like, okay, hold on. I want to not be dead right now. I'm really glad that I didn't get fucking mulched right here. So, like...
Yeah, hey, you see those stains that are still on the wall over there? That's not me right now.
You know, I think Shikamaru's got his priorities in order. You know, I can't fault him for this one.
Yeah, no, fair.
His desire to not be, like, blood paste is, like, probably why he gets tuned in at the end of this, you know? But anyway, from there we go on to the actual fight between Sasuke and Gaara. You know, it starts off, and there's an extent to which, like, okay, so, like, the idea here is that Sasuke is mimicking Rock Lee's moves, and I think the actual, like, action is pretty fun. I think, like, the ways in which, like, Sasuke is, like, engaging with the sand clone, like, getting, like, caught up in it, and, like, you know, breaking it with his kicks and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, alright, this is, like, a solid, like, bit of a fight, but, like, when they do flashbacks to the Rock Lee and Gaara fight, it's like, I mean, you know, this is a fine moment in the manga, but in the anime, it's like, you didn't have to fucking do this to yourselves. That's the best looking fight in this show.
Yeah, I mean, it's really selling that Sasuke is, like, pretty good at the Rock Lee thing, but, like, slightly worse, you know?
Right, but I don't think we're supposed to think he's, like, slightly worse, right?
No,
it's just, like, they're like, oh my god, he's moving just like Rock Lee, and they cut back to, like, the fucking crazy Norio Matsumoto and, like, Tatsuya Taki. Wait.
Wow, everybody really got a name wrong.
I might not even got the name wrong, but I psyched myself out. Hold on, let me check.
Okay.
Okay, I did get the name right. I just psyched myself out.
Woohoo! Hey everyone, really got the name right!
Okay, like it's really not selling me on the idea that like, oh shit, Sasuke is moving as well as Rock Lee. Like we get the cutbacks to like the crazy Norio Matsumoto and Tetsuya Takeuchi bits from the Rock Lee and Gaara fight, and like Sasuke is like, he's just not doing that. I'm sorry, but he's just not moving like that right now.
It's just not quite there. Can we double back on like the first like shuriken throw? Because the part where Gaara blocks it with like a wall of sand and then shifts into the sand clone holding the shuriken is so fucking cool.
That guy's so fucking cool. I love Gaara. That guy's awesome.
I love Gaara so much.
He's got his shit figured out, except for all of the parts where he doesn't. But like his cool ways to fight, he's got that on lock.
Yeah. When he gets a little bit better, you know, he'll be like so good. God, I can't wait until he's like cool to hang out. We're cousins, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I hope you can really reconnect once he's not like a complete sicko.
Yeah, once I won't get like fucking mulched for trying to talk to him. Hell yeah.
Yeah, once he's like, oh, are you another assassin? And like he doesn't wait for you to answer, he just like fucking tears you to pieces.
Yeah.
That's about what I had to say about this half of the episode. Do you have anything else you want to touch on?
Nah, let's move on.
Okay.
Sasuke gets a few more hits in, and Guy remarks that he's almost as fast as Lee with the weights off. Kakashi explains that Sasuke copied Lee's taijutsu with the Sharingan. Guy gets how, but wonders why they focused on a technique they knew loses against Gaara. Gaara gets low on chakra, and encases himself in a sand orb. Sasuke punches it, but the orb grows spikes, making it hard to get in close. Naruto runs up, saying Gaara is not normal, and the match has to end. The Sand siblings are worried Gaara is going to break out a jutsu he's not supposed to.
Okay, yeah, so the fight continues on to this half of the episode. There's definitely a part of this fight where, like, I start to get a little overwhelmed, like, even where I think there's, like, some individually fun bits of animation, like, there's a bit where, like, Sasuke slides under, like, Gaara's sand wall, and there's some flips at him that I think is pretty fun. Mm-hmm. But, like, as it gets more invested in, like, trying to, like, convey speed, I think there's a bit where it kind of falls into the traps of, like, okay, like, you're doing the trappings of, like, okay, this guy's going fast, but I'm not, like, super sold on it, and I think a big problem with that is, in a lot of the action in this part of the episode, it winds up like cutting really harshly on like here's where like goes from one panel of the manga to the other, and it just kind of like, because the medium of comics is different from the medium of animation.
It is.
It winds up like breaking up the momentum in some like pretty harsh ways that I think kind of like fail to sell the idea that Sasuke is moving super fast and like kind of inhibit the readability of the action here, which I was kind of bummed out by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does get like a little bit messy towards the end, but I didn't really have a but. Why'd I say but?
I don't know. It just happens sometimes. Like you think you're queuing up the next thing you have to say, and then you just realize it's not really there.
Yeah. Hey, podcast.
So like, everybody's watching this in the stands. Guy is seeing this, and he's like, "What kind of training did you put him through to like get him to?" Guy like, "What kind of training did you put Sasuke through to get him to go this fast?" There's like a sense in these episodes that guys kind of like guys like trying to pay attention to how Kakashi is training Sasuke to like see if he can call him out about something, but like he doesn't really get grounds here. Kakashi's like, yeah, I mean it was pretty hard work, but I just kind of had him like up in the mountains and like he like really focused on how Lee moved for a while, and then it just kind of happened, which has gotta be a fucking bummer for Lee. Like that's gotta suck to hear.
Yeah.
Lee's like working on this for years, and like Gotcha's like, yeah, I took this kid off into the mountains and just had him like think about some shit for a while. And like, he tried a little bit. He got it together. Like poor fucking Rock Lee.
Yeah, we had like a 2-week little like vacay out to the mountains. He did a lot of push-ups. Now he's pretty strong.
It's pretty strong. Yeah, he can go about as fast as Rock Lee can.
It's fucking. I feel so bad for Lee.
Lee's gonna like. I mean, we know Lee's going to get better and he's going to get fights again, but also Lee's never really going to pull out of this in a real sense. Like, Lee's never going to get, like, a fight that he wins again.
God.
Or, like, ever, I guess. He didn't get a fight that he wins before this. Mm-mm. Except for, like, Sasuke, I guess. And we, we're seeing how that's playing out right now.
I wish Lee wins sometimes.
I mean, because we're watching the anime, I'm pretty sure we get some Lee wins, like, in movies and, like, some side arcs, but...
Sure.
And that'll be fun.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Naruto comes up. Naruto is like...
He's not normal. He's a genetic freak.
He is a genetic freak. He runs up. He's like, that guy is totally different from us. Which, like, first of all, Naruto, that's not what you were saying earlier. You're saying the guy's just like you. Get it straight. But also, I do love the line. So just like, he's not normal.
Look, normally the odds of Sasuke winning would be 50-50, but...
I don't have the Scott Snyder promo on deck, but we can all think about it. We can all be happy about it. Shit, do I actually have more to say about this? Right? Like, I mean, Naruto's worried about Sasuke. Naruto's like, hey, are we sure? Like, I know that we're like, I know that technically the rules say that you kill the other guy, but like, should we really be like letting this happen if Gaara really wants to kill the other guy? Is that cool? Is that?
Yeah, right. Like, okay, like I get like the rules there so that we don't like hinder ourselves and like hold back to make sure we don't do too much damage or whatever. But like, he's really trying to kill him.
Yeah, like it's his goal. He's not just trying to win this shit. He's trying to kill that guy. But no, Kakashi isn't gonna do anything. He's super confident. I mean, I guess that's next episode, right?
Yeah.
But like,
let's
get into that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into that. Episode 67. Late for the show, but ready to go. The ultimate secret technique is born. Outside town, a bunch of Sound Ninja and Sand Ninja get ready for the attack and invade the Anbu patrols. Kakashi tells Naruto to shut up and watch Sasuke as he backs off from the Gaara orb and charges up his special technique. The other two Sand siblings worry Gaara's gonna fuck up the plan, and a nearby Shino overhears. Sasuke's hand gets all lightning-y, and we learn that Kakashi taught Sasuke how to do the Chidori. Orochimaru doesn't know how to be normal about this.
Right, so like we were saying at the end of the previous episode, Kakashi's like stern rebuttal of like all of Naruto's concerns is basically just like, hey, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I taught Sasuke his big attack.
Kakashi's answer to like both what he does and doesn't have the answer to like the question somebody asks, he's just like, hey, don't worry about it. Either because he just doesn't know or because like, hey, some sick shit is gonna happen. Yeah. It'll be alright. Just sit back for a moment.
Look, you'll learn your big attack later, and then you'll like compare to Sasuke's and like blow out the back of a fucking water tank or whatever. But like right now, check out his big attack that I taught him. It's my special technique.
We cut out to the woods where the Anbu are patrolling, and like again, I'm sorry to rag on the Anbu so much, but there's in this scene like there's an Anbu guy who like he thinks he hears something, he stops and he does like the fucking stealth game like huh, it must have been nothing thing, and like walks off, and then we like pan back, and there's not just one or like two guys sitting back there. There are like 30 guys just crouching behind a bush.
30 guys hiding behind one bush. Come the fuck on.
Like, no fucking wonder Orochimaru thinks the leaf is like, if they're doing this shit.
Right. And this isn't just like a random like Anbu goon, right? It is like a recognizable guy design, right? It's the dude with like the light colored vest and like the two swords on his shoulders, right?
Yeah. Does this guy have a name? I don't know if this guy has a name.
I don't know if he has a name, but it's like a he is like an at the very least like an iconic Anbu like background guy. Like he is an individual, not just like a black cloak mask guy. Right?
Yeah, he is fucking it up.
Yeah.
When I was first watching the scene, we get the bit of him going, "Ah, must be nothing. It must be my imagination," and he like walks off. Like we just cut over to like a guy behind him. I'm like, okay, sure, this is just kind of like a construction. But like, there's just the pan up, and there's just more and more guys in the shot constantly, and it just escalates to this point of like ridiculous comedy that I don't think it's aiming for. But it's amazing.
It's so bad. Were the like Anbu sabotaged or something? Did we make them all stupid?
Orochimaru has been like leading the Yami program with like the shittiest ninjas in the leaf for decades.
We've just been giving them all lead poisoning.
But anyway, back to the arena, back to the fight. Sasuke is like charging up. He's ready to use the Chidori, right? Like he punches the orb for a while to get a better feeling for it, and then he like backs off. All of the shit that Sasuke does to ready to use the Chidori is so fucking cool. Like, I think this outfit is kind of lame, but the bit where he's like unbuckling the straps on his arms to prepare for his technique is like, I don't think you need to do that, but it's just some fucking cool guy shit.
Fuck yeah.
It's just like, oh shit, you gotta... Like, I don't really know why this is necessary, but it fucking owns. I love that he like gets up on the wall so he has enough room to like charge in. I think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like that, like when he's charging that wall, he's just like holding it close to like the wall, like keep it grounded, and it's just tearing the fucking wall up. It's awesome. The Chidori is fucking cool. Sasuke is cool.
Yeah.
I'm planting my flag here. Sasuke's just kind of a cool guy.
Yeah, right. And like this technically happens to the next part, I think, but like just to like keep it on subject. When he fucking like gets ready to fucking dash or whatever, and he like brings it to the side, and there's just like the fucking quarter circle of like ground of like wall bored out in its path. It's so good.
It's so good. They like really sell this one well. I think it's just a really cool ability to give a guy. I'm like pro Chidori right now.
Yeah, big time.
I like a big attack. You have to charge for a while. I think this is an element that gets dropped. Like I definitely remember Sasuke just pulling it out like it's nothing later on. But like I like that as a thing you have to like ready for, and then you just fucking charge as fast as you fucking can at a guy.
Yeah, and like okay, like to be fair, we have seen Kakashi do it once before, right?
Yeah, and like and he also didn't need to wait for it. He also needed to wait for it, right? Because that's why he brought all his dogs out to keep Zabuza still.
Yeah.
I gotta talk about Shino here, right?
Yeah.
If I was Shino, I would spend like the entire 6 months to the next tuning exams just fucking seething. Because this guy is fucking crushing it. Right, like his match gets canceled. Like that would have been a great matchup for him. That would have been like a great showcase of his abilities. Everyone would have been super impressed for him. But like it's okay. He is still just like he's skulking around the arena. He is like gathering information. He is paying attention to shit. Like everything. There's like here is the qualities for like a good ninja. He is doing like all of it. It's just not in a way that anybody's paying attention to it. It's not in a way where he's getting graded for it. So he's just
yeah.
I just feel kind of bad for him. Like obviously he's just gonna crush it whenever the next tuning exams comes around, right? Like there's no way that doesn't happen. But
yeah, he's gonna fucking ace the next one. Are you kidding me? God.
Well, like right now, I'm just I would just be a little bit pissed,
Yeah.
I also like that Kagura and Tamari are just getting like so annoyed about Gaara that they're just like not really doing a good job keeping the secret at all. Just like I mean, I hope nobody's close enough to listen to us. I don't know what that guy over there is doing, but like it's fine. He's probably not paying attention. It's okay. Let's just talk about the plan vaguely.
Maybe Shino and Tamari can bond over the like. God damn it! We just went to the wrong tuning exam. Right?
Oh my god, that'd be great. Like I don't know what Tamari does in this arc after this point, right? Like I know that like Kankuro gets into fight with Shino, but I don't remember what Tamari gets up to. So it'd be very funny if after that they just like fucking complain to each other in the woods. Like shit, like I was gonna say she's probably accounted for does something, but like she is a girl, so like there's no guarantee of that.
Yeah, I mean she is the only girl that we've seen be like capable to like any degree. She did lose to the in the one like big real fight she had against a boy. So like I don't know.
I like getting my hopes up too much, but like maybe I'll learn that like Tamari actually was up to something.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Okay. Do you want to move on to the second half of this episode?
Yeah, let's move on. Sasuke punches through the orb with his Chidori. Lee's envious and impressed with Sasuke being able to pull something like this off. Naruto's pumped about how strong Sasuke is, and Gaara doesn't handle bleeding very well. Sasuke struggles to break free of the orb, and pulls a big monster arm away with him. It slowly slinks back into the orb. Then, there's a scary eye peeking out, and an inhuman cry. The orb falls away, and Gaara's back to normal, but the mood's totally different now. Kabuto makes his move, and uses a genjutsu to put everyone in the audience to sleep, except all the skilled ninja who know how to break out, including Sakura, surprisingly.
Sorry, like this half of the episode begins, and Sasuke has punched through the sand orb with Chidori, and like Kakashi and Guy are like explaining how it is and how fucking cool it is. I'm not really gonna like run down all the particulars of that because it's not very important, and we're not like a here's this jutsu explained kind of podcast.
Yeah, all you need to know is that it's a jab.
It's a jab. You like activate your fucking high powered chakra, and you like move super fast. And the reason I am remarking on this at all is that Sakura hears this and goes like, "Oh, that's totally beyond my comprehension, but it sounds cool." And it's like, is it? Because it doesn't seem very complicated.
No, it's not complicated at all.
Like, the thing with the story seems like, yeah, it's a pretty straightforward thing to do. It's just hard. Like, it is just like a difficult thing that requires like a lot of really precise control. And I feel like it is such a like horrific erosion of Sakura's character to have her be the girl that's like, oh wow, that seems really cool, but I don't know what it means, because like her whole thing is like understanding like all of these like little like practical things and having this like well of knowledge. Like it was like 30 episodes ago or something. I don't know what the thing is now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you're supposed to be the one that knows about this stuff. Come on.
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer.
Guy like sees that Kakashi has taught Sasuke the Chidori, and like he has this moment to be like, oh, I can't believe you teach him such a risky jutsu, which is like he really fucking wants to get Kakashi back for being like, I can't believe you taught Lee that risky shit. He's got nothing to stand on, right? Like Kakashi immediately just like looks at Lee and is like, guy doesn't know what he's talking about, right? Like guy has no ground to stand on here, right, Lee? Which is like, first of all, kind of fucking rude, but also like,
yeah, like kind of very mean to Lee. However,
Guy, you should have known better. Like you set him up way too well for this one.
Can we talk about its other name?
Oh sure, yeah.
Lightning Blade.
Lightning Blade, Raikiri.
Because allegedly, Kakashi used it to cut a lightning bolt in half.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that it looks like lightning.
Yeah, no, it's unrelated.
Totally unrelated.
The first thing that people also like thought when they saw Chidori was like, damn, it sounds like there's a lot of fucking birds here.
Yeah.
How many birds do you think it sounds like? Do you think it sounds like a lot of birds? Because I was like never quite sold on this.
I mean, like, definitely, like, I don't know, it like 50 birds easy.
Right, like 1,000 birds is like at least like a level of like this is like a thing I don't care about as much anymore. But I remember when I was like thinking about this story, like 1,000 birds. I expected something like way more fucking like, I don't know, like way bigger. And it's just like, this is a few birds. I'm not really blown away by this.
There are two names for this, right?
Mm-hmm.
100% I believe that Kakashi came up with one and Guy came up with the other. I can't decide on who did which.
Oh my god. Guy seems like so excited about explaining the 1,000 birds like rationale. Like he makes like the chirping noises when he's explaining why it's called Chidori. So like that's gotta be his, right?
Yeah, okay. Right, because Kakashi Kakashi like, hey, check out my fucking new technique. I call it the lightning blade. and Guy is just like, oh, it sounds like birds. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that. It's characterful.
Kakashi's like, yeah, I'm gonna call mine Raikiri, and like Sasuke can have the bird's name. That's fine.
No, but I also like it better if like the birds one just stuck for everybody, right? Because like, I don't know. I think it's fun for Kakashi to like humor that and just be like, haha, yeah, that's a better name.
Right. Like Kakashi has to like fucking stand out in a field for weeks trying to cut a lightning bolt in half to like try and like make his name stick at least for him, if not for other people. He's like, yeah, fine. I need to make it special for me though.
Yeah.
Kakashi's just going out into storms like with fucking metal rods coming out of his backpack.
Look.
He's like, hey, gotta watch this shit.
I don't know. Do you think that actually happened? Is that just some shit they made up?
I think there is a point later on where this gets like backfilled to be about like a specific fight that Kakashi had at some point in the past, but I'm not going to look at the wiki to confirm this right now because you don't check the wiki in the middle of a podcast. It's just bad form.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But like I vaguely remember them like tying this into like some fight that Kakashi had in like the third Ninja World War.
Okay. So like canonically it happened or whatever, but I definitely get the read from this scene that they were just saying some cool shit about a special technique that Kakashi has with like no bearing on reality.
I like 100%. I don't believe it was like planned out that like this is gonna be like you're gonna learn why Kakashi called the lightning blade or whatever, lightning cutter. You know, it's just it's just something they fill in later.
Yeah.
Like right now, I could totally believe it's just the big like fucking goofballs of like Kakashi's cool technique.
Yeah, because if I had a cool special technique, I would make up all kinds of horseshit about it. Come on.
Absolutely. Right, like you need guys who know it, right? Because you can't just be the person to say like, yeah, my cool technique did this, right? You need a person who like when you pull it out is going to be like, oh shit, she's using that technique. I heard that she, I don't know, I can't like ad-lib a thing about like a technique that I don't know. So like,
I heard she used it to break a whole mountain in half.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Really? It was just kind of like a sucker. It's a really strong one.
It's a really strong one, yeah. It's so precisely targeted to the weak point that it could break anything in half.
Split anything perfectly in half.
Like that guy seems like he's One Piece though.
Look closer.
Oh shit. I have to like cut guys in half really like quickly so nobody notices that you didn't punch them in half.
Fucking no, like look closer and it's just like his vertebra.
Oh my god.
Through the body?
Oh my god. Okay. So Naruto is he's seeing Sasuke use his like new super technique, and he's like super impressed and kind of jealous, and like he's kind of like shaking in excitement about it. And I really like this little bit of we get of Shikamaru like looking at him and being like, yeah, that's right, that's some fucking rivalry bullshit. Like this isn't for Shikamaru, he doesn't want it, but he can respect it at a distance. He like
Shikamaru's back there just like, thank fuck Sasuke showed up with a new technique.
Thank God, I did not want this guy competing with me.
Gaara's scary.
Gaara's got a scary mode. He's got his big stretchy arms. He's like the fucking werehog.
I gotta say, he feels a lot like a monster.
He feels kind of like a monster. Oh my god. They really have people talk about like, oh, this shit's so scary. Like Hankaro's like, oh, the first time I saw it, I couldn't eat. And like, I don't know. Like maybe this is just because like I think of Shukaku as just kind of like a big silly guy. So when Gaara's getting his like monster form, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not like that scary on its own.
Yeah, but like this is still when it was like a sealed away like ancient like demon monk.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's definitely one of the things where it's like it's hard for me to be like, oh shit, is this like scary because like I have too much context for what like winds up becoming later. But I guess if he's going fucking like demon monk mode, that's pretty badass. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, right. And like there is like for sure a read on like his whole steez that is just like, at least for now, like a sort of like uncomfortable like stretched human anatomy thing.
Mm-hmm.
That could be like, sickening if you look at it through the lens of like, oh, that's what they're going for.
That's true. All right. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not trying to like take it down or anything. It's just one of those things where it's like, because of my engagement with Naruto, like I don't think of Naruto as a comic with scary shit in it mostly. And so when they're like just trying, everybody's laying on life, like, oh shit, this is scary. It's like, yeah, okay, man. I get what you're going for, but like it just feels a little silly to have everybody like tell me.
For sure.
But anyway, Kabuto's doing his shit. He's like putting a bunch of feathers in the air, everybody's going to fucking sleep. It's time to pop off. It's time to go wild. They did remember a single thing that Sakura can do. They remembered a single trait of hers now. This is what she's got.
They didn't trip over the bar on the floor.
Yeah. There's a single fact about her. She can dispel genjutsu.
Yeah.
She's not gonna do anything from here. Like she's gonna like wake up Naruto later. And that's about it.
Yeah.
But like, they I don't know. I was gonna say they tried. I don't really believe that, but they didn't take this away from her.
They didn't take it away from her. Excellent way to put it.
Yeah, the weakest applause. It's been a bad week for Sakura and having character traits, so
Yeah.
she needs this.
She needed this one. God, okay. Do you want to move on to the next episode?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Episode 68, 0 Hour. The destruction of the Hidden Leaf Village begins. Everything pops off. The Anbu move to protect the Hokage and feudal lords. The Jonin with the face scar we don't know the name of gets got, and the Kazekage takes the Hokage to the roof. The Sound Force set up a barrier around them. The Hokage tries to convince the Kazekage to resolve this with words, but he reveals it's been Orochimaru this whole time. Outside the village, the Sand Ninja summon 3 giant snakes to fuck up the village. Gaara still wants to kill Sasuke, but he's in no shape to fight. His siblings carry him off. Baki says he'll stay behind and take care of Genma and Sasuke. Genma tells Sasuke to go after Gaara and make sure whatever they have planned doesn't happen. Orochimaru tells the Hokage that he really should have picked a 5th Stooner.
Before we get into this episode, I want to talk about the staff on this one. Like, this isn't like one of the big episodes of Naruto, but there's some like really nice animation in this one. The storyboarder on this one is Hitoyuki Matsui. He is not one of the people I would say is like, here's one of the big like best storyboarders on the show, but like he is a person who like does a whole lot of work on the early part of the show and like kind of gradually like phases out and like stops working on it. Like he has like 2 episodes left on the show after this, and I believe he had like 20 some before it. But like the thing I really want to talk about is so the animation director here is Chikara Sakurai, who I talked about earlier on the episode where Jiraiya tries to kill Naruto, which has some really good animation, and a lot of the a lot of like just the solid key animators who like show up on the show a lot are here. I mean, we've got Masaru Hyodo, we've got Koji Yabuno, we've got Toshi Sakaya, and we've got Nozomu Abe. And so there's so while this episode doesn't like hit the standards of like, oh, here's like one of the big Naruto episodes everybody remembers, I think there's like some really good looking stuff in here, and I think there's like some names you can point to in regards to like why that is.
Yeah.
So yeah, the action starts popping off, and you know, to their very slight credit, the Anbu do like immediately start moving to protect the Hokage. They're rushing in there. Like 2 of the randos who are standing behind Orochimaru like leap in and get like chopped in half with two kunai. You know, we have this people who are like, oh shit, maybe the Yabu like can do something sometimes. And like this scene like looks like pretty good. I think, you know, there's like a lot of movement is solid. There's like a moment where like one Anbu guy like turns his head and it looks like really weirdly good. This is Nozomu Abe's work on this episode. But like it just kind of immediately goes downhill for them after that, right? Like because they cut those 2 guys in half, but then it turns out that they were actually like 4 guys standing behind Orochimaru, 2 kids in a trench coat style this whole time.
Yeah.
They weren't randos at all. These are guys who all get like their own multi-episode fights later in the arc. So like, bad side. They put up a barrier around like the third Hokage and Orochimaru. Like one of the Anbu guys just like runs into it, and, like lights on fire and dies. Like that's basically it for them. They're done for here. They don't have anything else to contribute to the fight.
I think they all should have rushed into the barrier one by one. Just maybe it only burns 3 people.
Also, you know, you mentioned the Jonin we don't have we don't remember the name of, because I like thought maybe he died. I made sure to like look him up and learn his name. He is Raido Namiyashi.
Okay.
He doesn't actually die here, but I think his like career is basically over because he does just get taken out with 2 fucking kunai, which is like, it's over for you, man. Why are you even a Jonin?
Yeah,
get out of here.
No, like literally like chump shit, right? Like I could dodge 2 kunai in my fucking sleep. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's like the fucking prerequisite. You should let somebody like leave the academy unless they can dodge 2 kunai in their sleep. Like there's definitely like a weird thing in these episodes where like, you know, Orochimaru has this whole thing about like you know, Hiruzen is making the leaf weak with his like peace-seeking ways or whatever, right? And like I don't think that's something we're really meant to believe, but they're not doing us a lot of favors by making like so many fucking leaf guys look like complete chumps here. Like yeah, the Anbu are just like it's a pathetic showing of like every single one of our episodes this week.
Yeah.
Like Jonin standing guard for the Hokage gets taken out instantly. If I was Orochimaru, I would be feeling like pretty confident in my assessment of the situation right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident in Orochimaru's like.
Yeah, I think we've got this. I think we're gonna destroy the Leaf Village.
Yeah, I think we're really gonna do it.
Yeah. In the barrier, Hiruzen is like trying to like do some last minute de-escalating of the situation. You know, he's talking to Orochimaru, who he still believes is the Kazekage. He's trying to make some real last minute amends. He's trying to be like, hey, sorry about the ways that we've kind of like decided to become like an economic threat to your village. like under the guise of a treaty. Like, it's okay, we can work this out. It's totally fine. Does not account for the fact that this is secretly a guy who like hates his guts and wants him dead. But like, I get you gave it a shot, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, you gotta respect the dedication to talking things out sometimes.
Like, this is definitely a thing that points like, okay, yeah, so the third Hokage is like seeking out like he is committed to like avoiding war. It seems like in a lot of ways, he's trying to keep things peaceful. But like, there definitely is an extent where like, because he's like so ready to be like, okay, shit, I've got concessions I can make to you. We can figure this out. We can work something out. Like, you get the real sense like, yeah, he knows that he's fucking over other people, and he knows that it's like his position is just kind of like, he is exerting a different sort of pressure on the world that isn't like just military strength, and he is like cognizant of that.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is interesting.
Also, like, kind of fuck this dude, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to go like, oh, sorry, maybe we can talk this out as soon as like someone has a knife to your throat. Come on, man, you're the fucking Hokage.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking hate that shit. I hate it when people are all like doing whatever the fuck they want because they don't think they're going to suffer any consequences. And then when they do get consequences, they're like, okay, well, maybe we could talk this out. Maybe we could like discuss like something that's like fair and equitable for everybody. Like, no, you shouldn't have fucking did the thing. Like, fuck off. I'm going to kick you in the head.
This seems really personal for you.
Like, I'm literally here to like ruin this guy's village.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. That makes sense. I get it. Fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Back on the arena floor, Sasuke's just kind of like standing there unsure what to do, right? Like, everybody's like talking about their like plan, right? Like, Tamari and Gaara are like down on the ground, like Tamari and Kankuro are like down on the ground by Gaara. Sasuke's kind of like, shit, is he like disqualified? Do I like need to be doing something here? And Genba's like, okay, man, sorry, like you're probably good enough to be a Chunin, but like this shit's canceled. You got shit to do.
I like Genma a lot here, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so nice that he's like standing up to his the person who killed his twin brother Gecko.
You think Baki is just like seeing this like, this guy's basically Gecko. I can fucking take him. This'll be easy.
Yeah, I'm just
killed the guy like it was nothing.
He doesn't even have his sword.
I wonder what jutsu Genma has. I don't know if we ever learn. Maybe we do. Maybe there's like a Baki and Genma fight I totally forgot about. Probably not. But like, I mean, like, maybe.
I don't think so, but it looks like they're setting one up, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember anything. It might be the kind of thing where we just see what's going on elsewhere and then see like the result.
Yeah, that's what I would suspect at this point.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, so like Sasuke runs off in pursuit of like Gaara. Shino's just like fucking watching this. He's like, okay, I guess I gotta get involved now. I gotta go do some shit. Shino's fucking cool.
I love it that Shino made it through the fucking sleep spell.
Yeah. Do you think his bugs woke him up, or do you think he just dispelled it on his own? So I think it'd be really cool if he had like bugs as like a Genjutsu counter mechanism, right?
Yeah, that is pretty cool, honestly.
Or it's like, oh shit, hey, you're not supposed to be sleeping now, and start fucking biting him.
I think it would be cool if he just wasn't a guy anymore. He was just all bugs. They're just piloting him like Ratatouille.
What if it's just the sunglasses and that's all it takes?
He's just... Yeah, if you just wear shades, you're immune to Genjutsu. It's weird.
Don't know why more people don't do this, honestly.
Yeah. Man, I should get sunglasses.
You should get sunglasses.
They'll be so handy for when I have to go back home, too. Oh my god. The sun's fucking rough out there.
Oh, I imagine.
I don't know. I might not go back home.
Yeah? We'll figure something out.
Aw.
What? What the fuck?
I just thought it was cute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, before this half of the episode ends, we, like, cut back to Orochimaru and the third Hokage. And, like, again, if I was Orochimaru, I would be really fucking living for, like, how long if I could take this guy to figure out what's going on, right? Like, it is basically until Orochimaru calls him Sarutobi-sensei. Like, it is until that point, like, or it takes until that point for, like, he doesn't have any fucking clue what's up. Like, even then, he doesn't do his, like, so it is you, Orochimaru thing, until, like, Orochimaru's, like, pulling off his mask. Like, a fucking pathetic show from this guy. I can't believe this.
Yeah. Honestly,
like,
if I was Orochimaru, I would have milked it so fucking much more.
I would have made that guy do, like, some fake peace talks right there.
yeah, I would have, like, started having a conversation with him about it. Like, oh, yeah, maybe...
Let's see what concessions I can get this fucking asshole to make.
Yeah, go psych and then rip my face off. It's like, it's been Orochimaru the whole time. All of that was fake, and I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, and then he licks his knife like a pervert.
God. I love Orochimaru so much.
I love Orochimaru. He's great. He's a real favorite. We'll have more to say about Orochimaru once we get into the next half of the episode, though, which I'm ready to do. If you have, if you don't have anything more you want to say,
let's do that. Iruka's teaching PE and worrying about Naruto when he notices things start popping off. Ibiki explains to his juniors Orochimaru's whole deal as far as he's concerned when someone comes to report on the giant snake situation. Guy and Kakashi are facing down Kabuto and some sound ninja when they spot Orochimaru in the barrier with the Hokage. Orochimaru tells the Hokage that he's just kind of in it for the drama, and Kakashi has Sakura wake up Naruto and Shikamaru, saying Naruto will be happy. He's getting his first A-rank mission since the Land of Waves.
So this half of the episode starts off with Iruka, right? Iruka's like watching over the kids. He's like trying not to think too much about like what's going on with Naruto and Neji's match. Like no fucking clue what's going on, really. Like nobody even sent a guy to like tell Iruka what was up. I feel so fucking bad for this guy.
Yeah,
they could have given it.
It would be so cute if Iruka had like a little radio and he was listening to like the like shoutcast of the fucking shooting exams.
God. like he's supposed to be teaching a class, but he's like, now we're listening to this today. Don't worry about it. All the kids are like, fucking okay, I'll blow this one off. I don't mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just like outside, like watching them run or whatever, right? So like,
yeah. I think it's really cute that Iruka's like, I shouldn't root for Naruto too much, but like, oh, I really want Naruto to win. But like, oh, I taught all these kids, I should support them equally, but I really want Naruto to win.
You gotta root for the underdog.
Like, also gotta root for his son.
Yeah, also your son. You were that kid's first dad. Second dad.
You were that kid's first dad that he knew.
No, yeah, I mean...
Naruto's actual dad is gonna get a chance to like show up and be his dad later, which I think, and that comes like later in Naruto's life. So I think that makes Iruka Naruto's first dad actually in that context.
Right. I was thinking that exact thing. I was thinking like, okay, like wait, like how many dads does Naruto get before that happens? What can I call it? Is he Naruto's fourth dad? Because
he might be Naruto's fourth dad.
Because that's really funny. No, he would have to be fifth plus.
Who am I forgetting?
Well, okay, so there's Iruka.
Mm-hmm.
Jiraiya.
Yeah.
The ramen guy.
Oh, I don't count the ramen guy as a dad. Really?
Really?
I don't know. Like I think he has a different role in his life, right?
I don't know, right? Like
you know, that guy cares for Naruto, obviously, but I think it's a different thing where like, you know, your connection to this person is like founded in like the fact that he's like paying you money, right? Like there can be like a genuine care there, but I don't think that's a dad kind of thing.
Okay, all right. I don't know. Like I want to count the ramen guy. I think, but
okay,
but well, for the sake of Naruto's father being fourth dad,
yeah,
I will concede you this fact. All right, so it's only 3 now. It's just Iruka, Jiraiya, and like Kakashi, was it?
Yeah.
Ramen guy can be an uncle.
Yeah, I think he's totally like an uncle.
Okay. Zabuza, also an uncle. A very different kind of uncle.
Very different.
Alright, what the fuck were we talking about?
We're talking about the Iruka scene, but I'm ready to move on from the Iruka scene.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so then we get Ibiki talking to like one of the like guys he's in charge of about Orochimaru.
Right, like they're not in the action. They like know some shit is probably up. There's like some smoke rising from the arena, but they're like, yeah, we're waiting out here to see if something happens. You know, we should talk. Like we know Orochimaru's around here, so let's talk about what Orochimaru's deal is.
Yeah, and so he basically says like, yeah, he wanted to be the Hokage, but he got turned down, and now he is like holding a grudge or whatever.
Right, which I think is like, you know, there's probably more going on there, but I get how Ibiki, the fucking like Leaf's prime torture guy, sort of defaults to like more simplistic understanding of things.
Yeah, like I bet that is like a popular like story about like why Orochimaru is like
right, and he's like, yeah, I saw that guy when I was younger and I thought his vibes were fucking terrible, which like first of all, homophobe. Second of all
right. Oh my god, like
you know, there's so many guys like, yeah, I always knew Orochimaru sucked shit. Like, you know, he was one of the Sannin, but like he was the guy I fucking hated. God. I thought he wasn't human.
Like he's just GNC. Come on.
Come on, guys. This is why he fucked off.
these fucking Leaf Shinobi, I swear to God.
I swear to fucking God. Hate their asses.
This is why you fucked off.
Look, nobody else with Orochimaru is going to be the HRT. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. I mean, like, same. I mean, like, you know, I haven't been involved with the Village Hidden the Sound all that long, but you know, it's changed my life, you know, for like in a good way. You know, I get to work with you.
Oh my god.
I get titties.
Yeah.
You know, good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff all around.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of good stuff, we cut back to the stadium, and like, there's some really great like action animation cuts of just like, here's some like random Jonin like fighting some random sound guys. Like, there's this fucking incredible cut where like just a complete no-name fucking Jonin is like clashing with the sound guy in the middle of the air, and like the sound guy gets like kicked out of the air and like crashes into the stadium, like lands between two guys who are like sleeping in the stands, and like they all kind of like tumble over. And it looks just like ridiculously fucking good.
It looks amazing.
That is a Toshihisa Kaya scene. Shout outs to that guy. That guy fucking rocks. That guy's good at his job.
Fuck yeah. We gotta put a clip of that on the Twitter.
I totally will.
Okay.
It is like definitely my favorite piece of animation in this episode. I was like really blown away by it.
Yeah. I like Kakashi and Guy fighting next to each other.
Yeah, no, it's cool seeing them be bros. I like Kakashi and Guy a lot. I was like super skeptical of how I would feel about Guy like when I started out this podcast, right? Because I mean, I talked about this in the Rock Lee episode where like the last time through I was like pretty down on him, but like, you know, I right now I'm just having a great time with him. I've made my peace with the things I didn't like earlier, and I'll like get back around to not liking those in like several hundred episodes of this podcast. But like right now,
yeah, I like Guy a lot when he's next to Kakashi.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't get to be next to Kakashi all the time.
Yeah. So and we cut back to Hiruzen and Orochimaru, and there's like kind of a weird vibe with Hiruzen in this scene where he just like gets like really smug and mean as soon as he knows it's Orochimaru here.
I fucking hate this guy.
Right? Like he's like, "Aw, damn, Orochimaru, are you fucking crying? You scared to kill your teacher? Is it gonna make you sad, you fucking dickhead?" It's like, what are you doing, man? What is this?
It's like you know that's not gonna make you less murdered, right?
All right, and Orochimaru is just fucking stabs himself in the head. It's like, no, I just needed to wake myself up. I was a little sleepy. I'm gonna have fun with this now. And like, Hiruzen also has this moment where he's like, Orochimaru, I know you don't fucking believe in anything. You have no fucking goals or motivations. Which is like, come on, man, fuck off. Like, why are you being like this?
He literally sounds like a fucking shitty adult who like you don't feel comfortable talking to, and so they think you're just fucking like head empty, have nothing to say.
Yeah, no, like, you know, okay, we talk about how much we love Orochimaru in this podcast. Like, you know, he's not really a good person in the broadest sense, but like these interactions make me feel that his beef with Hiruzen is extremely justified. Because like, if this is how this guy has treated him this whole time, like, of course you want to fucking kill that guy.
Yeah, I want to fucking kill that guy. Anyway, fucking Ibiki and Hiruzen are fucking wrong. Orochimaru is just here to fucking watch.
Right. Yeah, Orochimaru's like, yeah, I find it. You know what? I'm just here to fucking have fun. I'm here to see some shit get like fucked up. I'm here to watch the wind call destroy the hidden leaf, like spin the pinwheels in like a pretty way or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure what to make of this, right? Because if I buy this as a genuine explanation of Orochimaru's motives, I think it's kind of a letdown. Mm-hmm. Right, like, because there's all this stuff, like, earlier in the arc of him kind of gesturing at, like, you know, his broader political ambitions, him, like, trying to, like, set stuff in motion in the world. Like, him just being like, actually, I just like to fuck shit up is, like, both... It's not a particularly interesting direction to go in, and it's also, like... It just feels very stock in a way that, like, it doesn't really, like, do much for me.
Yeah.
And, like, there's an extent to which, like, I love Orochimaru being on screen, so him just be like, yeah, I'm just here to fuck shit up, I'm just here to cause drama. It's like, hell yeah, man, fuck shit up, cause drama. Like, you know, I think Orochimaru is fucking, like, a delightful presence on the screen, basically all the time, except for when, like, it's really leaning into, like, the more uncomfortable aspects of, like, the way that the show, like, codes him.
Yeah.
But, like...
I want to hang out with Orochimaru. I mean, we do all the time. We're pretty close.
Yeah, we're tight.
Yeah,
I don't know that we're tight, actually.
No, we're not.
No, we don't really know that guy. But,
I know Orochimaru doesn't really like girls, but I want to be Orochimaru's special girl.
Good God.
Just,
You want to just be a fucking meat grinder that he feeds fucking chumps as soon as he becomes stronger?
Yeah. That'd be so fun.
I guess I can't begrudge that.
I mean, like, it's fine. Like, I'm not like, I understand that is a dangerous prospect for me.
Yeah. It's not the position you necessarily want to be in.
Yeah, no, I'm fine being kind of like off his radar in that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. There's also an extent to which, like, if I'm like enough of a badass,
Maybe you can handle it.
maybe I can handle it. Like, maybe he'll just like notice me. Maybe he'll be like, "Ooh, yeah, you're strong," and we could, like, I don't know, smoke weed or something.
Like, I think the other reason I don't really buy this idea, like, yeah, Orochimaru's just here to fight, like, and like stir shit up. Even if the show intends this to be like a genuine explanation of his motives, it's like there are like some conflicts between like the way that Hiruzen and Sarutobi and the way that Orochimaru like approach like personal ideas of like strength and like managing a village that like extend beyond the fact that, like, Orochimaru is doing his like evil guy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that I think that a lot of Orochimaru's like personal pursuit of like strength and like the way in which like he identifies and values strength is like very like I don't know, like it's very like individualistic in an extreme sense that it's like very literally just like, yeah, I'm gonna like fucking destroy a bunch of people to like keep making myself stronger or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's an extent to which that makes Orochimaru kind of like this crystallization of like what the ninja world is doing like broadly, right? Like he is just the most like crystallized form of that. He is the guy who has like taken that to heart the most and is just making himself like a. This hasn't been stated in the show, but like he wants to be like the immortal guy that knows every jutsu, right?
Yeah.
And like more broadly, he wants like a more broadly he wants like a environment in which like that kind of thing is like encouraged and supported. And like, I don't know that he even necessarily feels like he needs to be the only guy to do this sort of shit. He's just he's just going about it in his way. Like, he is the person who has like taken a lot of the broader ideals of the ninja world to heart in like a very personal way and is like trying to kind of like actualize them in himself in a way that I think is interesting. And like to an extent, like kind of like everybody's like, oh shit, you're going a little too far with the shit that we're all like basically doing,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you look at like the ninja families, look at the Hyuga clan, where it's all just like, yeah, the whole family is just like in pursuit of like making sure we have our good heir, and like we have all of these like exposable side guys that are just like there to like die to make sure that happens. And I don't know, like time and time and again, we get like we get characters who just put in like this extreme amount of pressure to like just become like the fucking super weapon child. And Orochimaru isn't like different from that. He just believes in that in like a very like he has just taken that onto himself in like a very like, yeah, I'm going to like pursue this to the fullest extent that I can way that I think is like a much more interesting conflict of like him just being the guy who's embracing all this shit than the idea that like, oh yeah, I'm Orochimaru, the guy who's just gonna like fuck everything up is.
Yeah.
It is interesting to me to be thinking about Orochimaru this much because like the last time I was going through Naruto, I didn't really have it in me to like engage that heavily with the like sort of queer-coded villain that Orochimaru is, right?
Yeah.
And this time through, I'm just like delighted by him all the time, which makes this like a pretty different experience. But like I don't know, I am enjoying the process of like working through my thoughts about Orochimaru and like having such shit to say about him, and I hope it's like at least a little bit interesting to listen to.
Yeah, totally. I think so. I just love this man.
He's just awesome. He's like. He's kind of awesome. Oh my god!
Like,
he's just like
literally, he could say his goal is fucking anything, and I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, dude!
Fuck yeah! I hope you fuck it up, man. Get out there, do your best." Did you have more you want to say about this episode?
No, I think that's that. So, what are we watching next week?
Next week we are watching episodes 69, 70, and 70. I was hoping you would let me say all three of the episodes before you did that, but like, okay. Next week, we are watching episodes 69, 70, and 71 of Naruto.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, okay. Hey, like the show? Want to support the show so you can keep listening so we can keep paying for fucking podcast hosting? Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/KonohaCrush. For $3 a month, you get access to our episodes up to a week early. For a little bit more, $5 a month, you get access to our special bonus podcast, Narakai Uzumaki, which you probably would have heard the first one like 2 weeks ago that we put it up on the main feed by the time you're hearing this.
Yeah, I'm like super excited to like make more of that show. I'm excited to like watch more shows for that. You know, right now like the poll will be like long ended by the time that like this episode goes out. Because we'll need to have like watched that show and like maybe have recorded an episode about it. I'm not sure. I don't know the exact scheduling on this stuff, but like you know, there will be polls for you to help like choose what shows we like watch for that. If you have any interest in like guiding the show in that way.
Yeah, and so you get access to the bonus episodes for $5 a month, and for $20 a month, you become our special joining tier, and you get a shout out at the end of the episode. Speaking of which.
Yeah, so shout outs to our Jonin tier subscribers, Maple and Izzy, the sole surviving member of the clan of people who think Neji doesn't suck. I also want to shout out Izzy. Izzy like wrote like a big long comment on our Patreon about Orochimaru that I was like thinking about a bunch as I was watching these episodes and making my notes on these episodes. It's like, hey, it's cool to see people engage with the show on that level. You know, I always like talking to people about the show and like seeing people talk about the show.
Yeah, I didn't read it.
Well, I read it. So
yeah. Hey, thank you so much for the big comment. And I'm excited to hear more from you, Izzy. I love you.
Wow, getting really personal.
Hey, any images we talk about on the podcast can be found on our Twitter, at Konoha Crush, all one word, Konoha Crush. I'm streaming lately, twitch.tv/Reziart, REZIART. You know, I stream art, I play games sometimes, and it's a good time. So check me out there if you want to hear more from me, or more from Ruby. She's on there sometimes too. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for listening. And remember, there's no such thing as filler.